He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello, everyone. This is Don Baine, the Gadget Professor, coming to you live and in color from our home studio in Scottsdale, Arizona. Once again, we could not make it into the studio. I'll try for sure to get in there next week, but hey, it is what it is, so we still can do the broadcast. If you're new to the Gadget Professor, welcome. I am so happy that you're here. We actually picked up about 200 new listeners, viewers this week, so I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you telling your friends and your family to watch the Gadget Professor. That is great. As you know, we come up with a new episode every Thursday evening, and we try to bring you some tech news and explain to you what's going on, at least my interpretation. We also have some free software and some free apps that will make your life easier. And we also have a gadget of the day, and we do have a phenomenal gadget of the day. This is probably one of my all-time favorite gadgets, I must admit that. And here it is right here, the Dropcam. And I'll give you actually a live demonstration of this Dropcam because it is actually hooked up in my studio here. And I guess I better put the label facing that way, but it's a great device, and look forward to checking that out. So let's get started today. Of course, you can tune into the Gadget Professor anytime, 24 hours a day at thegadgetprofessor.com, thegadgetprofessor.com. When you go to our webpage, if you scroll down, about halfway, you'll see the newsletter highlighted there. Just click on newsletter, and if you put your email address in, what will happen is every Thursday evening, as soon as we produce the episode and post it, and that's usually between 7 and 10 o'clock Arizona time, in your in-basket you will get all the show notes, and it's totally free. And I don't send out any spam or anything like that. I don't send out things to buy. I just send you the show notes. And what that is it's a listing of all the URLs, all the things that we talked about on this week's Gadget Professor Show, and everything is hot links. So if there's a gadget or a piece of free software or news that you want to refer back to, you have the show notes, and that's a very handy thing. And also, we have a great Facebook page, and we get a lot of requests, a lot of questions on that Facebook page, so you can check that out. That would be Facebook.com/Gadget Professor. And of course, you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That would be thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And I do try to answer all my email. It won't be immediate, but I will get back to you hopefully in a day or two. And then last but not least, of course, you can follow us on Twitter, and that would be @GadgetProfessor. And we have a real cool page here called the Rebel Mouse page. Totally free. It would be rebelmouse.com/Gadget Professor. And on that page, we take all the tweets and we actually make a visualization or a magazine, if you will, that shows a pictorial of all the gadgets that have come out today. And if you look through that, you'll see all kinds of things, and if something strikes your fancy, all you do is click on it and you'll get all the information. And this page is dynamic, so it changes constantly. Probably every 10-15 minutes you'll find something new on there, so you want to check that out. So let's begin today, and it's a hacking day. Unfortunately, there have been so many people and places hacked that I could probably spend an hour just on who's been hacked in the last 4 days. It's getting scary. So I won't spend a lot of time on this, but I think this is something that you should be aware of. So here we have, this was on the front page of the USA Today on this past Tuesday, and it says, "Spy case is the new normal. FBI warns of more indictments." This is almost laughable. Washington, the indictment of 5 Chinese military officers charged with hacking into 6 U.S. enterprises, including Westinghouse and U.S. Steel, to steal trade secrets and intellectual property, is a preview of things to come. Isn't that great? Federal officials said on Monday. The 31-count indictment alleging economic espionage, theft, and other offenses marks the first time the United States has charged a state actor, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, in a criminal espionage case. This is the new norm. Blah, blah, blah. I will post this article, but they've indicted 5 Chinese hackers. I'm sure they're going to turn themselves in from China and fly into the United States and give themselves up. We'll be watching for that on the news. But I think what's important to understand is that everybody is getting hacked. It's not if or when. It's already happened. And as you read through this article, the companies don't even know that they've been hacked yet, which is scary. Now, here's the paper in my hand, and Westinghouse, we've heard of them. They were hacked. Solar World, we've heard of them. They've been hacked. United States Steel, they've been hacked. Allegheny Technologies, they've been hacked. United Steelworkers Union, they've been hacked. And Alcoa, they've been hacked. And when I say hacked, they basically break into these computers and essentially steal trade secrets. And I got to tell you, that is not a good thing. That hurts the economy in the United States, and it hurts jobs and so on and so forth. So this is not a political show, but I'm just trying to bring some awareness. Now, speaking of hacking, as we crawl right along here, eBay today, or yesterday actually, was hacked. eBay hacked, bleeds data, and why you need to act. Well, they hacked into eBay, and it's confirmed on Wednesday that they have been compromised. Yikes. And that the users will need to take action to protect themselves. The compromise, which took place, get this, sometime between late February and early March, allowed the attackers to access customer names, customer email addresses, encrypted passwords, email addresses, postal addresses, phone numbers, date of births. In other words, sufficient data to potentially cause havoc on your online and offline life. I'll post the article. It gets real nasty. If you are on eBay and you use eBay, you immediately, if not sooner, will want to change your username and password if you can do that. It's a mess, and I don't know why they waited till May to make the announcement when they were hacked in February and March. I mean, some of these companies have to start assuming responsibility for informing people when they're hacked. LinkedIn, you've heard of them. They lost over 5 million password hashes. Over 60% of them were broken into within days of the breach. So in other words, they encrypted the stuff, and within 2 days it was broken into. This is all explained and detailed in this article. It's pretty scary stuff, and I'm going to be bold and say that nothing is safe on the internet, absolutely nothing. And if you're storing your stuff on a external server, if you will, and paying for that, and you think it's safe, I'm telling you that it's not. People will argue with me, and your chances of getting hacked are slim. But I got to tell you, you would think, just going back, that Westinghouse, Solar World, United States Steel, Allegheny Technologies, United Steelworkers Union, and Alcoa, you would think they could afford the best of the best in terms of cybersecurity. They've been hacked. eBay, which everybody has heard of and probably used at one point in time, they've been hacked, and it goes on and on and on. So again, last week and the week before, I did an episode on building your own server, and I would highly recommend that you go back and look at those episodes, because I have my own servers, a couple of them, and yeah, they could be hacked, but the chances of someone finding them are probably slim and none. When you're participating in a big server, you're a big target. So let's move on. Now for the goodies. This is the fun stuff. I don't know why, but this week I've located a bunch of travel airline sites that I think you'll find pretty cool. The first one is called Yapta. If the prices drop on an air flight that you've booked, they're going to alert you, and many airlines actually refund you money. So this site is called yapta.com. Start price tracking today so you can book when prices are low or get airline refunds. You can save up to 4% on your company's air flights with Fare IQ intelligent price tracking. So what they propose to do, or what they do, is continual monitoring of booked flights for price changes after you've booked it. It will automatically alert you if the price has dropped, and it will provide you with fast and substantial savings. Over 14 million people have actually used this site to date. It's totally free, and you can check that out. Again, it will be in the show notes. Another freebie that we've dug up for you today is called Airfare Watchdog. And this is a cool site because on this site you can search for the best airline deals available in the industry. And you can just put in where you want to go and where you want to go from or where you want to go to, and just click Find Fares and everything's going to pop up. They also have a free weekly email with different kinds of travel deals, and it costs nothing to sign up for it. And if you like to travel, and who doesn't, you might want to check into that. So that's called Airfare Watchdog. And then last but not least, sticking with the airlines, we have Matrix Airfare Search. This is kind of cool too. Totally free. Find the best flight deals with Matrix. Matrix showcases some of the freshest travel searches ideas from ITA software. We are constantly updating it, so let us know what you think. Here are just a few of the innovative shopping features we provide. A geo search by airport code, city, or nearby airport selector. Interactive calendar, explore date ranges to find the lowest fares. That's kind of neat. If you're retired and can travel at any point in time, that'd be a good feature for you. And then they have real-time filters. Focus on flights that suit just your preferences. So if you want a middle seat or whatever it may be, that will filter out the search for you. And then it has color-coded time bars so you compare a bunch of flights at one time. So you can check that out. It looks pretty cool. And let me know what you think if you like that. And now we have yet another free piece of software. My God, doesn't it pay to watch the Gadget Professor? It's unbelievable the stuff we come up with here. So this is called My SMS, and this is neat. You can send and receive text messages on your computer or tablet, just like on your Android phone. They have a little video here, and I'll spare you that. You can watch that anytime you want. But features you'll love. Welcome to the future of texting. My SMS stands for text messaging on any device, combined with great SMS features that you can't find anywhere. So essentially, this is a multi-device piece of software, if you will, or app. Choose your favorite device and use My SMS to text on your smartphone, your computer, and your tablet. Sync with your phone. Unlike many other messaging apps, My SMS uses your existing phone number and sends text via your Android phone. Safe and secure. Of course it's secure. Put your mind at rest when texting with My SMS. All messages are encrypted and securely saved to the cloud. Free text messaging. Choose and send free text messages to other My SMS users, or text via your carrier like iMessage if you're using that. Call notifications and individual themes. So check it out. It's kind of cool in the sense that I'm on my desktop a lot, and it's kind of neat that you can text right from your desktop. And also it integrates with Evernote, which I love, Dropbox, all kinds of email, and the Google Drive. So a very robust program, to say the least, and you can check that out. Here's another neat app that we have, also free. This is called Viz Tumblr, and it's version 1.05. And this will support all Windows platforms. It shows you where your wireless access points will be, and it actually shows you a map, like a Google map of where it is. And what's neat about it is if you're trying to locate where the best reception is in your house for either a repeater or to locate a Wi-Fi, this actually shows you the signal strength of everybody's Wi-Fi in your area. Not that I'm suggesting you tap off of your neighbors. That would be horrible. So this will show you in your house where the highest signal is by a very accurate meter. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you're traveling, it also shows you where the free hotspots are. And again, the app is totally free. You might want to check that out. Interesting. And then last but not least, we actually have a software called Boomerang for Gmail. And this is an interesting piece of software, and some people will probably have a great use for it, and some people could care less. But what you do with this is you essentially schedule an email to be sent later, and it easily will send you email reminders. So Boomerang is specifically for Gmail, and it lets you control when you send and when you receive email messages in your Chrome, Firefox, or even Safari browser. So you can send an email later. So it's like a timer, if you will. With Boomerang, you can write email now and schedule it to be sent automatically at the perfect time. Just write the message as you would normally, then click the Send Later button. use our handy calendar picker or our text box that understands languages like next Monday. Tell Boomerang when to send your message. We'll take care of it from there. The best follow-up reminders. Want a clear inbox but don't want to lose track of the important messages? Use Boomerang. Yeah. To take messages out of your inbox until you actually need them. Just click the Boomerang button, and when you have the email open, and choose when you need it again. So basically you can delay getting the email. So if you're at a meeting or you're on vacation and you don't want the email, this will pull everything and send it to you every hour or every 2 hours or whatever the case may be. And it also will send you a reminder if you want to be called, if you want to be informed that you didn't answer a particular email. So it has a lot of things. They do have several pricing schedules, if you will. And of course, there's the free version, and that will support all your Gmail accounts, and it allows you to send later. It allows you to have free reminders, and it will also have response tracking. Response tracking is kind of a cool feature, so that if you send out something to Tom, Dick, and Harry, with the response tracking, you'll actually get notified when Tom, Dick, and Harry actually opened up that email and read it. So A, you'll know when they read it, and B, they can't say they never got it because you have proof that they opened it up. And that's a neat feature. And as you go up in scale, if you want to pay, they have a $5, a $15, and a $30 a month program. And it actually has a little chart here that shows you some of the more robust features that you can get if you want to pay for it, which is fine. They got to make money somehow. So check that out. It's called Boomerang for Gmail, and of course, it will be in the show notes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Gadget of the Day. Well, today we have one of my favorite gadgets, as I mentioned before. I've been using this for a while. It's called the Dropcam, and I have the Dropcam Pro. I actually have a couple of these. And I feel that this, in my opinion, is probably the best camera that money could buy if you want a remote camera that works real well, that has an extraordinarily wide, crisp angle of view, and is also very, very reliable. And most importantly, again, in my opinion, this camera, the Dropcam, is probably the easiest camera there is to set up, so that if you're not technically inclined and you want a remote camera, and basically what this will do is you put this in any room that you want or anywhere you want, your business, your home, whatever. And if you have kids and you want to keep an eye on your kids and the babysitter, which is not a bad idea today, this will allow you to view and hear what's going on wherever you place this camera by using your smartphone, and essentially it works on a web browser. Now, what makes this camera so easy to set up is that there's no port forwarding, and you've heard me mention port forwarding a million times, but port forwarding involves going into your router and actually putting some numbers and changing it inside this camera. Inside all the remote cameras, there's a little server. And to make a long story short, it's like a telephone number. So you have an IP address, of course, and in order for you to see the camera, you've got to put your IP address. And to make matters very simple, to break this down, to make it very easy, if you were to port forward, you'd have to go into your router and say, put this camera on port, I'm making this up, 80 or 81. So as you put in your IP address when you're outside of your network area, you'd have to put :80 or :81 or whatever the number it is. So I'm trying to make this easy. Port forwarding is not for the faint of heart. It's a little involved and it takes a while to understand it. What I like about the Dropcam is you don't even have to know that port forwarding exists. What this does is set up in literally seconds, and what it is a camera that's on a swivel, and this is a side view of it. I can't show you the real camera because it's actually sitting up on a shelf. I will show you what it looks like, and right now I'm actually on the web page for Dropcam. So essentially, to hook this up, there's two steps. One, you plug it into your computer, and it will automatically come up with some software, and it will ask you what your wireless password is, and your username and password, and of course you know that, and you just put that in, and then you name the camera whatever you want. I name mine Multimedia Studios, and I have several cameras, so it might be Studio Camera 1, Studio Camera 2, and you can have as many drop cams as you want, located in as many different places as you want, and the software understands that. So essentially you're naming the camera, and again, this is called Multimedia 1, let's say. And once you put your username and password in, it automatically locks and tunes in to your Wi-Fi signal. So obviously you've got to have a decent Wi-Fi signal or it's not going to work. Okay, so let's say that you do have a decent Wi-Fi signal, and most people do. Once this is locked in, once you initiate that software, you then unplug the camera and put it wherever you want. There is a small wire that comes with the unit, and you must plug that in to get power. Not a big deal. So what this will do is it will give you 60 seconds to set it up. Not that you have 60 seconds and it goes off, but in 60 seconds you can set this up. I set mine up in 30 seconds. It's that simple. You have a cloud video service. You can watch the live videos, receive alerts, and get new features from the cloud. And what the cloud essentially will allow you to do, and it's a paid service, and it's very reasonable, that you'll be able to review the digital video from a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks back. It will record it. So if you want to go back and look at something, you can do this because it's stored in the cloud. Also, it gives you a very, very high quality video, and also the ability to zoom in. We'll take a look at that in 1 second. The other thing that it does is it has two-way audio, which means you can actually talk to someone on your cell phone, on your laptop, on your iPad, whatever device you have, your laptop, computer, your desktop, wherever you are, as long as you have an internet connection, you can actually view what's going on, and you can hear what's going on, and you can also talk to someone through the camera. That is amazing. So you have enhanced two-way audio, talk back with the state-of-the-art microphone and speaker, which is built right into the Dropcam. Not many cameras will do that, and it works well. One of the most incredible things about the Dropcam, in my opinion, not only is it easy to hook up, but it has impeccable night vision. So if there's no lights on whatsoever in your house, and you look at this camera at night, wherever you are, it looks like it's a black and white image, but boy, you can see everything crystal clear. It is amazing technology. It really, really works well. So let's take a look at a couple more features. It's secure streaming, stream safely with AES encryption. What they're saying is no one else can look at the camera except you, or if someone should happen to get your username and password, you got to be careful because they could look at it too. It has mobile and web apps you can watch remotely from your devices, and these apps are totally free. There's no additional cost. And obviously, as I mentioned, you have the optional ability to record whatever the camera is watching for different intervals. We'll take a look at that in a second. So you can review and make clips of the recorded video. So that's all the poop, if you will, on the Dropcam. And right now, I am on the Dropcam page. I'm going to turn the Dropcam on so I don't have to have it on all the time. I can have it only on when I want it on. And in order to do that, you just go to the settings button. And here it says, gives me the serial number of the camera. I named it the Dropcam. Here's the button that's going to turn it on and off. Right now it is in the off mode, otherwise you'd be seeing a picture. It has a little status light, which is located, let's see, actually right there. You can't see it because it's just a picture, but it's blue. And you can have that light on or off. I like to have it on because I know my camera's on when the status light is turned on to the blue color. And right now my camera's off. I'm looking at it up on my shelf, and it's not on because the blue light's not on. You also can do HD video, which is high definition video, and you'll see for yourself what it looks like. And I have mine set to auto night vision, which means at night it will automatically change itself so that it will be able to see at night. You don't have to do anything. It will also rotate the image 180 degrees. So if you put the camera upside down, there's a disc that you get inside the box. Very, very nice packaging. I mean, really elegant. Here's your total set of instruction card. That's it. That's how easy it is to set up. And I mentioned you get a little plate which you can put screws in, and you can mount it to the ceiling or wherever you want to mount it. So the camera can literally be swiveled. There's a little swivel head here. You can swivel that in any direction, and if the image is upside down, you'd click the 180 rotate, and it would turn it 180 degrees. You can also choose to have the audio on or off, and then there's a mic sensitivity control, which controls the sensitivity of the mic to pick up everything, even from the room next to it, or not so sensitive. And here's what I was talking about, the time schedule. If you turn that off, you have the ability to turn on at any time and turn off at any time. You can have a different location of the camera to turn on or turn off. So if you have cameras in different locations, you can have one turning on and off at your convenience. You also have a very cool feature called motion detection. I use this all the time. So if I'm not home and I have the motion detection on, anybody who walks into the range of this camera, and I'm going to show you the angle, it's huge. Anything that moves in there, if you have pets, this thing will go off all the time. What it will do is actually email you a picture and tell you that someone's walked into that space, which is a very cool thing. And it also has sound detection, so that, let's say you can't see all the rooms. So you actually have someone who broke in through the back end of the house and they crashed the window or pushed through a door. You actually can have the mic sensitivity picked up, so you'll actually hear the sound, but you're not there. But because the camera heard it, bang, it's going to send you out an alert and start videotaping whoever broke in. And it also is easy to see what network you're on. So that's the fun type of things that it has. And when you talk about alerts and notifying you, there's a bunch of options that you have. You can notify me of motion, and I just mentioned that. You can notify me of sound. You can have both on. You can also read when you go online that your camera is online or offline. If it's offline, you could turn it on. If it's online, you could turn it off. And it also has the ability to put in a number of emails, addresses. So if you're on a cruise and have lousy reception, which most cruises don't even have internet reception these days, you can have your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, or whatever receive the alerts by just putting in their email address, and they will be sent the actual photograph. So that's kind of neat. And again, you have the schedule, so on and so forth. So there is a plethora, if you will, of options and services that come at no charge with the Dropcam. So what I'm going to do now is turn my Dropcam on. Now, I have to tell you, a couple things are going to happen. One, I have the mic sensitivity on fairly high, and I'm only about 5 feet from the camera right now. So when I turn this on, it might start to squeal. I should have turned it off before I did the demo, but I forgot. What can I tell you? The other thing that you'll notice is there's a delay, and that's okay because it's not instantaneous. And when I mean delay is by the time the information travels from my broadcast, which is live right now, through the camera to the internet back into my computer, if you will, there's a small time delay. But let's take a look. So there's the camera. It's clearly turned off. I'm going to turn it on. That's a freeze frame from the last time the camera was actually on. And I'm just going to speed things up. There it is. It just clicked on live. You can see it's loading. So there's the echo that I said you'd have. So I'll be quiet, and I just want you to notice the fan above me and how clear. Okay, so I turned the sound down on the camera. And again, you could see me broadcasting. You could see the fan up above. You can see into the living room. You can see all the way down to the kitchen in a very wide angle view, if you will, crystal clear, sharp as can be, hands down, the best remote camera out there. And again, I'm waving my hands now, and you'll see that there's a delay. Not too bad, maybe a second or two in the time that it takes there, but that's immaterial. And here you can add cloud recording if you wanted to. You can review footage from the past week or month. You can save and share clips of the moment you want to remember or with someone else. And here's the ability to receive customized alerts for activity that you want to see. They have great support, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful gadget, wonderful device. And if you want to know, I'll turn my camera off now. And here's their website. It's dropcam.com. Dropcam, and I know I'm giving it a glowing review. I don't make any money from Dropcam at all. I have used them for a long time. They are, again, hands down, I think the easiest, the most efficient, and probably the best camera pound for pound out there. They are a tad pricey. Okay, I am using the Dropcam Pro. It sells for $199. I have never seen them discounted anywhere. So if you could find it discounted, even for $10, and you want one, grab it, because I've never seen it discounted. The web page has all the information that you want to, that you ever would want to know. This particular camera that I'm using right now is the Dropcam Pro, and that's $199. Also, they have a one that's just called the Dropcam. That's $149. And I mentioned about the cloud service that they have. You can have 7-day cloud recording for $99 a year. That's not too bad. You can have 30-day cloud recording for $299. And what the 30-day is it's going to essentially record the last 30 days. If you have the 7-day cloud recording, it's going to record just the last 7 days. So after the 7th day, that will disappear because it comes the 8th day, and it just does the last 7 days. So very interesting option. Again, you don't have to have that if you don't want to. Not a problem with that. So that's pretty much it, except for one thing. If you really want to have some fun, go to their live demo section on their website, and what you do is you just scroll down, and you could see hundreds of cameras all over the world. You can actually make your camera live. So if you own a pet store or a diner or whatever it may be, and you want to show the public what's going on, you can just make your Dropcam live, and there's a menu to do that. So I'm going to look at the Pizzeria Delfino Burlington game in Burlingame, California. I don't know what I'm clicking on here, but I'm waiting for the cast, and there it is. So that's loading, and you can kind of see a person walking around there. There we go. It's live now. Now, I mentioned you could zoom in. So here's the zoom right here. Watch this. Weightcast, Dropcam. There you go. And now I'm going to pull out. So it's a phenomenal unit. It really is. We'll go back, and here's they have a featured live demo. You never know what it is, but this is JR's puppy cam. So here's the puppies, and there you can see them over there. And there is no rotation of the camera. It's stationary, but you have such a wide angle, you don't really need to have the 360 turning. So I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and there you go. So it's a very unique, well-made device. I highly recommend them. You can buy them directly from Dropcam for $199, or you can buy them from Amazon, and they're also $199. Your choice. They are available with Prime, so it gives you 2 days free shipping. So that will wrap it up today for the Gadget Professor. I hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you, and I will see everybody next Thursday. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.